It's mostly true, guys, what they say that when you start making videos for the first time when you're starting out, you should use what you have and not worry about wasting money on getting the best gear available and all that. I mean, you're not going to be Mr. Beast or Marquez overnight necessarily, but then again, when you must, one of the first things you should upgrade, believe it or not, is audio. So in this episode, I want to show you real quickly how different mics you use can greatly affect viewer perception and retention. So you ready for this? So why is sound so important in any audiovisual format for the most part? And I'm not going to go into the whole science of the whole thing because that can take all day, but quite simply, humans are just naturally more perceptive to the quality of sound that enters our ears than stuff that goes into our eyeballs. Like, you can have the most amazing cinematic videography on earth, but if the sound is crackly, low res, and or just plain crap, none of that wonderfully shot video is gonna matter. You're gonna turn people off real quick, I'll tell you what, especially for long form content. TikTok aside. Another example, you don't have to physically see James Earl Jones like reading all 27 books of the Bible or doing Darth Vader, because when you hear his voice, you pay immediate attention, right? So yeah, nice cameras are great and all, but sounding good is just more appealing to most folks, at least on audiovisual platforms like right here, YouTube. For quick captures, unboxings, shorts, and TikToks and all that, phone mics are actually pretty darn fantastic. I still pop this puppy out from time to time when I need something immediate. Plus, come on guys, more phones today are offering better voice processing and surround sound support anyway, so this may be your ideal all-in-one solution. As we switch between both samples above and here, you can hear that this is a little bit more digitized and it picks up more background sounds and it doesn't cancel out unwanted noises that you don't want. But for vlogging purposes, it's really hard to argue with this. Moving up to things like lapel and wireless mic systems, and this is where it can get expensive, guys, if you let it. But the basic idea is, no matter the price point, is these are some of the most discreet and most versatile mics available. You don't have to lug gear around, just a receiver and sender and that's it. The clip-on location can be over or under your shirt, your jacket collar, the brim of a cap, under a wig for crying out loud if you're doing theater. You can stick these things, especially lav mics, pretty much anywhere. Like, I clip it to the lower bumper of a car and wire it to a recorder placed in the trunk to capture exhaust notes, easy peasy. Or tuck a couple into my homemade binaural case to record headphones and earbuds and all that. It's pretty darn awesome. I call this a mid-range mic because of its price, and many of the best ones are actually in this range between $100 to $300, like you've heard of the Shure MV7 or the Blue Yeti. And folks just love mid-rangers for podcasts, game streams, and talking head videos. And some of my favorite recordings on this channel, sound-wise, has come from this, the Audio Technica AT 2020 XLR version. This gives a deep and warm broadcaster quality that's engaging and naturally tuned for mass consumption. Oh wow, man, the biggest elephant in the room here is the gut-punching price. 1,000 buckaroos is a lot for just the soundbar. If you want to add the Era 300 surround, that's an extra $450 a pop. While adding the Sub 4 back there is another $800. Yikes. Like, do you see my eyes watering just saying those numbers out loud? Oh my goodness. That being said, if clean and unadulterated audio is the direction you're heading for, then professional grade mics are probably your ticket. Now, going premium also means a couple of things. The first one is obvious, much higher costs, like the Sennheiser MK600 goes for $330, but better ones out there skyrocket pretty quickly. And B, you need to spend more time tweaking the source files in post to get them to sound the way you want them. The MKE600, for instance, are used a lot in film production, yet by default they run a little hot. I mean, the detail, the precision, and off-center sound rejection, fantastic stuff, but you'll need to EQ and lock out anything above 10 to 11K, for example. If you don't believe me, this is what the MKE600 sounds like raw, straight out of the box, without any tweaks applied. You can hear how the bass is very, flat and natural, and the treble is also naturally peaky. Now, this is with some filters and EQing applied in Premiere Pro, and some of you may like the factory settings, while some users like myself prefer a little more low-end presence. Bonus, the MKE600 and mics like these make really darn fantastic run-and-gun outdoor content creator mics as well. Just be sure to watch gain levels at this close range and also the mic getting in the field of view of the camera. This whole topic of audio recording and that whole space behind it can take forever, honestly, to talk about, but a few key things I didn't touch on in case you're wondering today, which can be topics for another time if you're interested, are setting up your recording space, such as minimizing unwanted sound, soundproofing and all that, plus mic placement, super important stuff, as well as post-processing. I also want to add that what mics you choose at the end of the day are also greatly dependent on whether you're shooting outdoors or indoors or both, so be sure to read up on the specs of each mic that you're researching. So with that, I hope you found this video useful in some form or another, guys, and the whole idea I'm trying to drive home is basically there is no need to spend money on gear that you really don't need. If you're spendy, go for it, but if you can't, like most YouTubers out there or content creators, we're starting out small. For the first 2 years, I just used my phone and I upgraded to a lav mic, and then now we have this, so there's progression. And the beauty of trickle down technology is nowadays the lower end tech or lower price tech are pretty darn fantastic too, if you know what you're doing and know what to get. There you go. But anyways, thank you so much for wasting your time on this channel, guys. Remember to do something loving and kind for somebody in this world, because guess what? If you haven't seen the news out there, the world needs it more than ever, and it starts with you, believe it or not. I love you guys very much. Peace out and God bless.